Oh, I'm over here posing and it doesn't do it because it's not an Android that I'm filming on. That's crazy. Okay, restart. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Boss Babe Blog Podcast. I'm your host, KeTohn, and you probably noticed that I was standing there just grinning like a dodo bird in the camera, and that's because I thought that it was going to bring balloons down for y'all, but it didn't, and that's okay. So just pretend like balloons are floating down on the screen, and let's go ahead and move on with our topic of the evening.
And there we go.
Yes, there we go. So the topic that we're doing is another confidence boosting tip, and this one is elevate your skills. So this is a tip that I'm sharing because a lot of times confidence boils down to what can you do? What can you do and how well can you do it, right? So for me, when it comes to wanting to boost my confidence, I just go and I do some research and I elevate my skills, whether it be in dance, whether it be singing, whether it be in writing, whether it be, poetry, which is still writing, music, whatever it is that I want to feel more confident in, I just go elevate my skills. So that's the tip that I'm sharing. MJ, what is your perspective on that?
Absolutely. Skill elevation is imperative. Now, because I do hold two businesses, I'm going to talk about two different ways that I will build my skills. Both of them. And they both kind of intertwine in a way because MJ Season Custom Designs does designing. So if I want to learn about how to make these letters, pop out a little bit more. Guess where I'm going? I'm going to my friends at Google University, YouTube College of Art and Design, and we can even add TikTok Technical College, because yes, TikTok does.
Oh Lord, she said TikTok Technical.
Technical.
TikTok Technical Challenge.
In case you didn't hear me the first time, yes, that's what I said. So I use my designing skills over in my travel business as well, but when I am wanting to enhance my skills and my posture in my travel business, guess what I'm doing? I'm going to find me another certificate. I'm going to get certified in something.
Yep.
Because if you are staying stagnant, you're not going anywhere.
You're not growing.
Your skills are not going anywhere. Spot. Your bank is not going anywhere.
Yep.
It's all related to your money.
Yes. It's
related to your money. You can't be in 2024, but your technology is still in 2001.
Your quality of life is not going anywhere if you stay in the same spot. Like,
exactly.
We got to be growing. Even if it's stuff that's not business, if you're just learning how to manage your finances better, like these are things that we have to think about. How can I manage my finances better? How can I have better relationships with family members and friends? Just elevating your skills in some part of your life is going to help you with boosting your confidence. One way for me, I didn't actually give an example for my business, but I'll give one for personal first. Did you give one for travel with MJ? You did. You said certifications, right?
Yes.
Okay. So for me, in my personal life, one way that I was able to elevate my skills is my emotional skills. So around the time that my biological father had passed, it wasn't too shaky of an experience. And that sounds crazy to even say out loud because someone's probably thinking that's your father. I was not too shaky of an experience, but my biological father wasn't in my life growing up. And so when he passed, I had a lot of questions unanswered, and it wasn't just the passing that was hard for me to deal with. It was more of the thought process that I don't have these questions answered and I won't be able to share that with my children. And everybody's different in what's important to them. But for me, history is very important to be able to pass down to my children. This is where you come from and this is what you do and this is that. So during that time, on top of that happening, I also ended up needing to move. So I was in the middle of relocating with all of this happening. It was just everything just coming at once. Everything that shouldn't be happening at once, all happening at once. And then not to mention running 3 businesses at the time. So, with all of that, I just decided, how can I get a grasp on what's happening? I had clients who were coming to me. They were beauty clients that I was providing and making skincare for. And they were coming to me talking about their personal life. And I kind of felt like irresponsible to try to give them tips or insight without any kind of experience. I have life experience and I have mediation experience and other certifications from being a professional manager and trainer. But when it comes to the self-care side of it, the counseling, professional counseling and therapy side of it, I'm not a therapist or a counselor. So I felt like I needed to go and get a certification to understand that realm better, so that when I'm giving responses, I can remain professional, but also go based off of the steps that a counselor or a therapist would give them to do. And again, disclaimer, let them know that I'm not a therapist or a counselor, but I have done my research and tried to understand what process you go through when you're healing. So I did this for my clients, and I ended up taking this skill and using it for myself. And in the process of me doing what I was taught to do to a client, to myself, I was able to elevate my emotional skills and learn things by myself that I wasn't expecting to learn. Like the reasons why I'm upset, the things that I'm insecure about and why, what, triggers or, gets me upset or angry and why, and how I get over that. So that was one skill that I elevated in my personal life. In my business life, that skill is both skills are ongoing, but Boss Babe blog, My Beauty Coach, Anotherness Boutique, Tech Aesthetics, all of them, I've had to study and put in time to build on all of them. So with electronics, I learned more about what type of electronics you want to have, what kind of batteries you want to get, what are other options that are out there, the different cords and cables. These are things that I was researching on my own. With style and fashion, I had already been in that industry, so I had put in about 10 plus years of that. So that was something that I kind of already was well versed in. But for My Beauty Coach and for Boss Babe blog, I started to find myself dealing with different clients, and they're all coming from different kinds of businesses. We have travel, we have financial, we have fashion, we have technology, we have self-care, we have coaching. So it's like I had to really do the research on what are some general and universal things that a business needs in order to grow and develop and continue to expand. I had to study. I had to put in that time. And when I elevated my skills as a business coach, I was able to see more results for my clients. And also I saw more productivity in my own business. So that creates a confidence that takes away that feeling that a lot of small business owners get where they say, ooh, is the price too high? Am I doing it for too much? You don't have to ask yourself that when you know that you put in that work and you have the quality. You don't have to ask yourself that when you know that what you're telling someone they're going to get is what they're going to get. So I'm telling you, I'm going to make sure I have 40 beautiful, exquisite flyers. You're going to get 40 beautiful, exquisite flyers. You don't have to worry about them coming out look like I drew it, with crayon or anything. So, this kind of stuff really does give you confidence to where you don't have to go back and forth in your head, and you just like the price of the price. And then you see clients who appreciate that and they purchase immediately. So that is how that has helped me in my business. Is there anything else you wanted to piggyback or add to that?
Definitely on the making sure that you're staying up with trends. As a travel advisor, if y'all knew just how much I have to stay on top of to ensure my clients' safety, staying up on trends, what's popular right now, staying up on safety precautions, where's a place that a person shouldn't go to right now because they may not come back alive. These are things that as travel advisors, we have to keep our ears to the streets.
Yep.
We have to keep our ears to the streets. If we're not keeping our ears to the streets and a client recognizes that we're not keeping our ears to the streets, you have just lost a prospective client.
Yeah.
Might not be right now, but when they decide to go and find somebody to book their vacation endeavors, of course you're coming across their timeline, but they're going to remember that time. Oh, well, she didn't know that Jamaica was on a level 3 advisory. And I had to tell her that, Jamaica's on I know that Jamaica's at a level 3 advisory. I also knew that Jamaica was at a level 3 advisory for years. So gaining that information has allowed me to save a client, literally. Because I've had clients who said, "Oh, well, Jamaica's at a level 3. I don't know. I'm not sure if I want to book this." Jamaica has been in a level 3 since January of 2022.
Okay. And that's a really great point. You do have a lot to keep up with because there's always something going on. Not even on the legal side of it, just the things that are happening in this world. Like you got to keep up on how to better defend yourself, what new things they're doing in hotels, what sick trends are going on that you got to look out for. So I definitely understand that. That's a whole other job.
Like a whole nother tip here, and I'm dropping a gem here. Forgive me for, deviating a little bit. But did you know that, in the hotels, they're not supposed to announce your room numbers?
What do you mean announce?
So pretend this is my room key.
Okay.
And they say, you're in room 225.
I always had an issue with that. Why are you being so loud?
They're not supposed to say that. They're not supposed to say that.
I do not want the next person behind me, Joe.
It's a safety issue.
Yeah.
It's a safety precaution.
Yeah. I did not know that they're not supposed to announce, but I do know that it bothers me when I hear people
not
say,
supposed to.
Room 216.
Right.
Okay, great. Now we all know where I'm staying.
Right. Right. So, in the situation where, that happens to you, you are allowed to ask for another room.
Yeah.
Because they have just now compromised your safety. Exactly. But if I wasn't keeping my ears to the streets, I wouldn't know that. If I wasn't traveling, I wouldn't know that.
See, and that's helpful because for people like me who are private and don't want their business all out, that's great to know because, if there's people in the lobby, I'm watching someone who's been looking at me for a while and then you just blurt out, you're in room 531. Great.
Thanks. I need for the world to know that I'm in room 531. Okay, I need you to reassign me. They're not supposed to do that. That's a travel. That might be one of my travel tip Tuesdays.
That's a great one. I love that. Yeah. No, I love it.
Because if you're a solo traveler like I am sometimes, first of all, run up, get done up. But that's not the point of this right here. Nuck if you buck, but you.
Please stop.
The point is, I'm a solo female African American traveler, so I have to know how to keep myself safe. Because if I don't know how to keep myself safe, how can I, as a travel advisor, tell you how to stay safe?
Yeah. No, great point. Great perspective. I love it. Elevating your skills, everyone. Elevating your skills. When you do that, you're able to retain clients, attract new clients, do better in your life, feel more confident. This is just a confidence boosting tip. Go out there. What I'm going to challenge everyone who's listening to this podcast to do is to go think of one thing that you're interested in elevating or growing in, one area of life, and then go and get a certification or go watch on YouTube. You can learn information for free. So you can do that. But that's the challenge that I'm going to give everyone who's watching this podcast. Thank you all so much for watching the Boss Babe Blog podcast. I'm your host, KeTohn, and this is MJ. We are going to head out. Oh, but before we do, let's see. We talked about top sellers. MJ, could you please just share one product that you would recommend to everyone that is watching the podcast from both of your businesses? Let's start with Travel with MJ. What's one product you would recommend to someone new shopping with you?
A new client, I would recommend to sit down and have a free 15-minute consultation to ensure that not only I'm a fit for you, but you are a fit for the business, and making sure that we're not mincing words, we're not wasting time, and that we're getting everything that we need to get done. So if I was to recommend anything from before we started on any type of service, I would recommend a consultation to make sure that I'm able to even provide you with what you are looking for. Because there might be some things that I'm not proficient in. That might not be my lane. I'd much rather you know that now before you spend your research fee and I can't deliver. Although I'll refund. We just don't have to do that.
Exactly. I love it. Okay. She has consultations.
Yes.
Okay. So what about MJ's Tees and Custom Designs? What do you have for us?
One thing that I would recommend from MJ's Tees and Custom Designs, it would be custom work. It would be another consultation. To be able to now, we're talking consultations here. You get one, you get one, you get one.
Okay. We know what the purpose of the consultation is. So
yes. But for MJ's Tees and Custom Designs, we work until we get the approval. Until we get that, yes, we are not complete. So ensuring that we are correctly accurately and vividly putting down on a t-shirt, on a sweatshirt, on a hoodie, on a crop top, even because crop tops are coming in season. That whatever, we'll talk.
I'm like, hold up, I need a crop top.
Whatever you want to put down on an item, we want to make sure that we are accurately representing you in your custom piece. So consultations for everybody.
Okay. I like it. I like. Let's see. So for MBC, my business, My Beauty Coach, or MBC.click, the product that I'm going to recommend to everyone is the branding bundle. So this bundle has been so much fun to deliver to my clients because I get to sit back and think about ways to take their business to the next level. So if you are a small business owner and you're wanting to elevate your website, your social media content, your logo, your business planning, and just the way that you're attracting your leads and your audience, I'm going to recommend this branding bundle to you because you're going to get all of that in one. It's been such a pleasure to be able to do that for some brands that you will see in our network. One of the brands that actually hired me to do the branding bundle was Leslie Speaks. So this brand is a financial brand owned by Leslie Mahone, and she is also a deluxe member in our directory as well. So you can go to her website, you can go to her social media and check out Leslie Speaks to be able to see some of the work that I was hired to complete to see out her mission. But yeah, the branding bundle, I'm going to put it down there because a lot of people don't like going to multiple people for business services. And I understand that. And one of the great things about, what I do is that I take a select amount of clients on at a time, and I work with those clients and I do everything with those clients. So if you're getting a branding bundle, you're going to get a website through me. You're going to get social media through me. So now I'm able to promote that website and I understand how it works and the best way to guide people there and the links that need to be used to get them there. If you're needing business coaching, I understand what you've been doing, what we've been working on, and also your goals. So it's all in one. And it's so smooth that even after the branding is over, I have clients can come to me and just tell me what service they need and I can just do it because I just know their brand like that. So that's another benefit about the branding bundle, like working with Travel with MJ. I was hired by Travel with MJ to complete some social media work. And since I had already done it in the past, it was just an easy transition. I knew exactly what needed to be done. I was like, bam, flyers like this for that. It was just so much fun.
Definitely.
But, we didn't have to go through okay, so tell me about your business. Okay, so what kind of things do you like? Okay, so what are your brand colors? We didn't have to do that every single time.
Right. And to attest to the work that you have done for Travel with MJ, first of all, thank you. I know I've said this privately, but I'm saying it publicly. Thank you. The past, 2 years we've been working? Something like that?
Yeah.
Has been nothing shy of excellent. I'm giving you your flowers because you give everybody else theirs. It's your turn now. When we started this and we said, okay, what are we doing? There were places where I wasn't completely sure. And you said, hey, what about this? Hey, what about that? When we finally got to a place where we were, building and branding and still building and branding, you were able to jump in easily and just do it.
Exactly. Yeah.
One big thing I could say is if you have not visited the Travel with MJ website lately, you have not seen the updates that have been going on with the Travel with MJ website. And to be fair and honest with you, and for those of you who know me, I'm so used to doing this stuff on my own that was one of the biggest challenges that I had to come over.
It was
handing it over to somebody.
Yes, that was
a challenge for
me. Baby, she was giving me her baby.
It still is my baby.
And she was worried. She was like, I want to go. I want to visit and see what you're doing, but I'm not going to look at it. I'm just going to let you do it.
I was having, when we first started this, and I don't want to take up too much time with the flowers that you so rightfully have earned. But when we first started this, I thought I wanted to go in and, okay, let me see what she's doing. Let me see. Okay, this, and that. Now, she has updated my website, and everybody else knew of the updates besides me. And I'm not saying this because I'm not saying this like she didn't tell me that the updates were coming. I just knew that I gave her the vision. I gave her the idea. She set out the vision. Yeah. And for me, and where we've come from, and Miss DIY, that's me. I am Miss DIY. Being able to hand that over to somebody, trusting somebody to do that has definitely been a blessing. Because then I've been able to go and DIY MJ's Tees and Custom Designs. Because that one takes a little bit more of me. Because I have to add the stuff to the website. I have to do this. I have to do that. I can pass off Travel with MJ and know that it's in good hands, and that she's not going to put anything up on my site that
crazy
that she wouldn't ask for approval first. Now, I'm usually the crazier one. I'm usually the one that's going to say, boom, this is what I want. How I say it is not always right. My tone is not always right. Let me just go ahead and clear the air. We've had some tone conversations too.
Yes, we definitely have.
I would say, hey, this is what I'm trying to say. And she was like, okay, so let me put this down here. In
look, it was one day you was on. I said, oh, Lord.
I was like, let me put this down here in pillow talk terms where you're just nice and fluffy and, not so. I'm abrasive, but I'm direct.
Portal but you know what? The reason why I was able to do that is only because I have the same characteristic, but it takes that self-awareness to say, hey, this is something that, like you were able to say, this is something that I need to work on or something that I struggle with. Now I know. So that's the only reason why I was able to recognize it so quickly, because when I first started in retail, oh, Lord. And then when I had my first management position, oh, Lord. And it wasn't that I really had negative intentions, because I was so excited and passionate about the team and everything. But it's like those few individuals where everybody's personality type is not the same. So you say one thing to one person and they're like, okay, got it. You say the same thing to the next person and they're like, what?
In the same way.
What?
It's the same way. You have to be able to differentiate who you're talking to.
Exactly.
There's certain people I could say, okay, this is what I want. I want you to say this, that, and no refunds, and imagine the head nod, the finger pointing, and all that good stuff. But I can't tell that same information to somebody who is new to me.
Yep.
Because if they're new to me, I'm going to run them off as a person. Yeah. Yes. If they're new to me and that's their first experience with me, I'm going to run them off. I'm now aware of that.
Yeah.
But being able to work with somebody who's like, okay, that's what you meant to say, but let's not write it like that, is a blessing. So, let me cut it before we go too far into this, because I can talk about you all day. I could literally talk about you.
Don't get me emotional.
Right. Let's. We appreciate you here at Travel with MJ, and we can definitely verify and confirm the work that you have done and will continue to do, because we will be working together in the future.
Period.
You heard it here first. So don't come with the foolishness. Oh, MJ and KeTohn falling out.
Baby, we're working.
Baby, if we're gonna fall out, we're gonna fall out in the private messages. We ain't gonna ever fall out.
And in this bag, that's what we're gonna fall out in this bag. That's what we're gonna fall out.
We're gonna fall in the bag and start. Woo!
I am so happy to hear those words. Thank you so much, MJ, because it definitely has been fun. But like you said, like that ability to just take a step back, it helps so much. It helps the creative side for the designer. If the designer is really passionate about what they're doing, I can't speak for everybody. I can only speak for myself. I'm not even gonna do that, because then you're gonna get somebody and you're gonna be like, KeTohn said that if I let you have space. No, we're not gonna do that. So for me personally, being able to have that space to just create, I get to think about things like, okay, she said she wanted this, but what if we try that? Or she said she wanted this. How else can I bring that same result? So it really does help with that creative process. And I've been able to have so much fun with the designing portion. I've had a blast with the vacation station. Like I was excited about that update, baby. I was ready.
The vacation station is absolutely beautiful. And I must admit that my favorite newest feature on the website is definitely the Travel with MJ timeline.
Yeah.
I am in love with the Travel with MJ timeline. Even though I gave you the information.
Yeah. It is fun. It is fun though, like just to be able to see.
Absolutely.
You know,
and we will be adding to that because Teachercation 24 is coming up. So we will be adding to that. And then MJ's Birthdaycation 24 is coming. We will be adding. So there will forever be
outside.
Right. There will forever be an elevation.
Yeah, you might have to have a whole nother timeline page because you're going to be outside.
But we might have to go from this way to this way.
Yeah, that's what it's sounding like, because
like stretched across this way.
Teachercation and MJ's birthday coming up.
Yeah,
it definitely. If you have not checked out Travel with MJ, you got to check her website out. She has a vacation station, and I gotta say, if you're a business owner who also enjoys travel, you got to get there quick, because she is in the process of putting together a group vacation, and this is the best time to get in on the vacation, number one. But number two, if you're trying to collaborate, send her information on what you are able to provide and what you're seeking to find out if it will be a great fit. Now is the time to do it early. A lot of business owners ask me about partnerships and stuff. The best way to get the partnership is to start early before everybody starts coming in at the same time. So go ahead and head over to that website, to the vacation station. But thank you so much, MJ. I really do appreciate that. And I'm glad that you enjoyed that service, because I had such a great time creating it. The creativity aspect of it was the most fun for me. Like, I feel like a kid in a candy shop. So that's the part that I'm itching to get to. But I have to go through the first process of making sure that everything looks right. It aligns with the vision and stuff. And then when I'm actually creating, that's the best part for me. So thank you for giving me that opportunity to do that. And thank you for sharing your experience. So the brand that MJ shopped with was NBC.click. And that was social media, website design, and the branding bundle provides all of those for anyone that's needing those. But I also have another brand, bossbabeblog.com. And if I was going to recommend a product to someone, I know I'm biased, but I'm going to have to go with the luxurious membership. And and yes, of course, it is the highest tier. Yes, that means it's going to be the most money. Of course. However, let me explain to you why.
It's an investment.
It's an investment, number one. But number two, the reason why the price is different for this one is because some of that income is going towards creating ads for you on YouTube and on Facebook. So I'm really excited to be able to do that, because I've now started to get my sweet spot with these Facebook and YouTube ads, where I'm able to say what your target audience is and start to get those inquiries and those forms out. So the luxurious membership allows me to add you on my YouTube show, my Facebook show, my blog, my podcast. You're placed on every single platform. And you also receive some benefits that are exclusive just to luxurious members. Sometimes we'll have partnerships or promos or tags going on just for the luxurious members in the directory. So yeah, that's one of the ones that I would recommend, the luxurious membership. And use coupon code KAY to get 10% off of that, and you'll be able to sign up for this membership. If you want to know more about the benefits, you can head over to bossbabeblog.com and just click on it. It'll have a list of everything you need verbatim. But all right, so that's all we have today. Thank you all so much for listening, and I hope that you enjoyed our confidence boosting tip. We'll see you all again later at the Boss Babe Blog podcast.